Mornings can be chaotic or calm. The choice is yours. You ever wonder how some people just seem to have all the energy in the world? Here's a secret. Well, here's my secret anyway. These are the 4 things I do every morning to set me up for success for the rest of the day. Number 1, waking up at the same hour every day. So I'm sure you've heard this 1,001 times, but like with anything that you are trying to change or any habits that you are trying to form, consistency is key. And so I wake up every day at 7, and I have this rule where my feet need to be touching the ground by 7:01. This ensures that I am not rolling around in bed and looking at my phone for an hour after waking up. Because if I set the alarm at 7 o'clock in the morning and then I don't get out of bed until 8 or 8:30, then what was the point of waking up so early? The reason that you want to wake up at the same hour every day is because you want to align with your circadian rhythm, which is the internal clock that regulates your sleep-wake cycle every day. Back in the day, before alarm clocks, I feel like the natural thing for humans to do was to wake up whenever the sun did and go to sleep whenever the sun did. And so because of that, I keep my curtains open so that the first light of day peeps in through my window and I wake up with sunlight. And in the same manner, I make sure that my room is very dark at night, and I try to lay in the dark for at least 30 minutes to an hour before I want to fall asleep. That way I can wake up naturally with my alarm clock in the morning. By the way, the fire alarm is going off today in my building. They're doing testing. So if you hear a little beeping in the background, then that is what that is. Don't worry. The building is not burning down. At least I hope not. Anyway, the reason that having this consistent wake up hour is important is because it improves your sleep health. So ever since I started doing this, my sleeping has improved so much. I have uninterrupted sleep on most nights, which is amazing as someone who used to wake up many times throughout the night. Your body just knows when it has to sleep. It's like when you have a schedule to go to school or go to work, your body knows, okay, it's time for me to get up because I have to be at school by a certain hour at work. And in the same way, by having this schedule, the body just gets used to it. And of course, this improves focus and energy. It lowers your depression and anxiety levels. This is something that I have experienced firsthand. It helps with regulating your stress hormone levels, so there's less stress. Overall, it's amazing. I just chose 7 because that's what works for me right now and what I'm doing on a daily basis, but it could have been 4 in the morning and it could have been 10 o'clock in the morning. It really doesn't matter. I'm not one of those people that encourages you to wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning or else you are not going to be a productive or efficient human being. And maybe that is something that will change for me. But for now, it's 7. The second thing is my 10-minute morning workout. This boosts my energy like wild because when I wake up, I might be feeling a little like, bleh, I don't want to do anything. But I assure you, after 5 or 10 jumping jacks, I am awake. And it gets my heart going, it gets me pumping, and I am ready to go. Now, 10 minutes for some of you might not seem like enough. And I'm sure that there are some people who are watching this who have very ambitious fitness goals and obviously need to do a little bit more and are probably like, Romina, 10 minutes? What? I need to be at the gym for like 4 hours. What are you doing? So, this is what works for me, again. And I like to do this first thing in the morning because then no matter what happens for the rest of the day, I have met my personal goals to be active, to be physically active, and to get my body moving, to do my stretches, to be more flexible. And these are very small goals in the big picture. And I can exercise more throughout the day. It doesn't mean that the 10 minutes is it, but at least getting those 10 minutes in the first thing in the morning, that assures me that I've done the bare minimum. I think that if you want to work out, if you want to get moving, if you want to be more flexible, then you just have to make a little bit of time in your schedule to meet your goals. And you might not see significant change right away, but if you really want to do something, you will find the time. And this is how I've made it work for me in my busy schedule, because there are no excuses. Just like there should be no excuse for you to subscribe to my channel. So if you're enjoying this video, please give me a thumbs up to let me know. I still have 2 more points to cover, so stick around with me until the end. And be sure to subscribe so that you don't miss any videos from me. I've moved into my bathroom because 1, I'm going to talk about it, and 2, because I just can't stand the fire alarm going off anymore, and I won't be able to hear it in here. So this moves us to point number 3, which is taking a cold shower. Yes, I do the cold showers in the morning, and this makes me sound like one of those Silicon Valley bros or whatever, those entrepreneurs, those micro influencer entrepreneurs that you see on the internet that are always raving about cold showers. Yep, I do the cold showers. Now, I don't do ice cold showers. I don't do ice plunges. I am in an apartment and it's a little bit difficult to do. But I do the refreshing cold showers because it feels really good in the morning, especially after I've done my 10-minute workout. So for my workout, I go pretty hard, I'm intense, and then my whole body is warm. And so I jump into the shower real quick and it is so refreshing. My muscles feel amazing. And not to mention, it wakes me up. I'm sure you've heard about all of the benefits of the cold showers, like boosting your alertness, improving your skin and your hair, and reducing your stress levels. All of that stuff is great. But honestly, I just do it because it feels really refreshing. And I'm not in there for a long time, so it's not like I'm suffering or anything like that. Plus, it is just super fun to do when it is extra cold out in the real world. This last one is important for me because mindfulness is important to me. And the last thing that I do is a 5 to 20 minute formal meditation. Doing formal meditation helps me with my focus and my mental clarity, and mindfulness is the broader picture of all of that. I have ADD. I struggle with concentrating and focusing on any given day. I used to have trouble regulating my emotions. I used to have outbursts. And after I started doing formal meditation and being more mindful, I've had less outbursts and I've reduced my anxiety and my focus has improved tremendously night and day. And so it's important for me to find those few minutes in the day where I can just focus on my thoughts or my breathing or just being present and assessing where I am physically and emotionally and with my thoughts. So this is very important for me. And as a busy professional individual and a creative individual, my mind is usually in 1,000 different places at any given time. And my schedules are usually packed with so many things that I love to do and that I want to be doing. And so it can be tough to find those moments to do formal meditation later on in the day. And so carving out those few minutes in the early hours of the day before things start to ramp up is really important. And it's very helpful for me to do it early in the morning. Now, usually I just do 5 minutes because that way I have the time to do it. 5 minutes, it doesn't seem like a lot, but it does make a huge difference because it can set me up for the rest of the day. And on slower days, on days when I have a little bit less to do, or I'm just feeling like it, then I'll do it for longer. Sometimes I'll do 20 minutes, 10, 30 minutes. It all depends on how I'm feeling and the time that I want to allot for it. But at least at the very minimum, every day I will set aside those 5 minutes in my morning to do the formal meditation. Remember that transforming your mornings or your days doesn't require you to do a complete overhaul of your entire life. Just a few intentional practices, like waking up at the same hour every day or shocking yourself with a cold shower first thing in the morning. They're small steps, but they can lead to big changes. Not just in how you start the day, but maybe your entire life too. And it's all about forming habits. Watch this other video of mine to see the habits I've formed that have changed my life, and maybe they can inspire you too. Anyway, here's to making every day a little bit better, just one morning at a time. That's it for this video. So I will see you when I see you.